Do you like my new glasses?
Yeah, I love them.
I feel like a secretary or something.
No, I'm getting like Daria vibes.
Oh, well, I am wearing like a green
I
sweater.
also did never watch it. I
Me neither.
don't know why that popped into my head.
I've never seen it either.
I meant it as a compliment.
Thank you. Well, I feel like people with glasses will relate to this. Do you have glasses?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For distance.
I'm like nearsighted. I have like an astigmatism. Yeah. I don't know. But anyways, my glasses, I lost my glasses. And I had to go get new ones. And I was like, the second I get these new glasses, I'm going to find the old ones. Sure enough, these arrived. The next day, I found the glasses under a blanket.
Stop it.
Just
where was the blanket? Couch, bed?
The couch.
Yeah, obviously.
Where I sit all the time. And
do you ever sit on? I regularly sit on my glasses.
Oh, regularly.
And they're fine.
Yeah, I'll almost step on them.
These things are built of like Teflon.
Industrial steel.
I would protect myself with my glasses.
In the apocalypse.
Okay, this is a good enough test. Let's see how we sound. Hi, Charlie. Hey, Madeline. We're back. Long time. Well, I mean, not for us, but
for not now.
But we've missed
for the pod.
We've missed our listeners.
We have
so much.
There's been so much drama and nonsense that's happened, and we haven't been able to talk about it.
I have felt gossiply constipated. I've had nowhere to put it.
What a way to start the year.
Happy New Year.
Gossiply constipated.
Yeah, other than texting you insane Instagram posts.
Correct.
We haven't had our outlet.
No.
It's important to have a regular place where you can...
It's important to have regular gossip movements.
Yes.
I love that this is how we're starting 2025.
It feels right.
It does feel right.
It feels right. We also would like to say welcome. I think a bunch of you found out about us over the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Some people said they were going back and listening to old episodes.
Yes.
Which is the highest compliment.
It blows my mind.
Shout out to Megan in Portland, Maine at a restaurant who came up to me to tell me how much she loved our show.
So nice.
Yeah. I was like, I turned beet red.
I mean, that would be a very out of body experience.
I turned bright red, and she was like, I didn't want to bother you. And I was like, are you kidding me?
It's amazing.
Bother me. This is going to go right to my head.
100%. Straight to your ego.
Yeah.
No ego death for you, unlike Aaron Rodgers.
Unlike Aaron Rodgers, my ego is alive and well.
Guys, I will say, though, we're not talking about Aaron Rodgers this week.
No.
We're
saging the podcast.
No Aaron Rodgers talk this week. Sorry if anyone's disappointed.
He hasn't done anything.
No, he hasn't. He's not coming up. He's not on the topic list this week. Before we get into it, though, we do have a fun little announcement.
Ooh.
After a little bit of technical difficulties, I figured it out. We have a phone number that you can leave us a voicemail on, or you can actually even text us, and we can text you back. We just tested this.
We tested it. I texted us, and Madeline texted us back.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like a joint phone number.
Yeah, I said hello. Madeline said hi, and it worked.
It worked.
So
the phone number is 712-7-GOSSIP, GOSSIP, which
so good.
If you don't remember how to do that on your little phone keypad, the real phone number is 712-746-7747.
Hit us with anything you want us to talk about, any questions you have, any tips, any juicy things you might have heard.
Yeah.
We're open to all of it, and we would love to hear from you. And maybe if your voicemail is funny enough, we'll play it on the show.
We may put it on the show. Pressure's on.
Yeah, send us your hottest takes.
Yeah, I love it. And hey, if you also text us, we will text you back.
Oh,
so
we
do see it.
We're very responsive.
We're very available.
We are not too cool for school. Do you know what? My husband has this saying, like, take off your cool jacket, that a basketball coach once said to him, where it's like, don't be too cool for it. Like, take off your cool jacket and like join the fun.
Yeah, join the fun. I love it.
We don't have cool jackets.
No cool jackets.
No.
We do need to make cool merch, though. That is on the 2025 list.
Yeah. I think overwhelmingly people wanted crew necks, hats.
Yeah.
Great.
I think those were the winners. Thank you for the people did DM us and email us with their preferred items, and I think those were the winners.
I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well,
what do we have to start with today?
We have to start with the most pressing piece of information.
Oh, no.
2 hours ago,
I forgot.
Retired GOAT quarterback Tom Brady and the most divorced man on the planet posted a thirst trap. And it is a 2-post Instagram carousel. The first photo is him on the beach, presumably on vacation, I would guess.
I think that's outside his Miami house.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. He's always posting from his Miami house.
Okay, well then, sure.
Or vacation.
Vacation, who knows? I don't know. Those beach chairs in the background look kind of like a hotel beach chairs.
That's a good point.
Because they're all the same. Anyways, who knows though? But he is shirtless in a swimsuit holding a football. And then the second photo is him not throwing it, but it looks like his son. I think that's his son running to presumably go catch the football.
Click one more. I think there are more.
Sorry. Oh my God.
Yeah. And then,
I'm sorry. He does throw the football in the third
throws
photo.
it. You knew he had to throw the football. And then it's his son.
Yep.
Also throwing it.
Yep.
There's more.
There's more.
Well,
There's just more.
There are a lot.
It's a lot of like Tom Brady's back.
He's clearly been working on his lats. Is that the correct muscle?
I don't know, but it sounds right.
We did Pilates together, and the instructor was like, "Do something with your back." She said you have very strong.
She said I have a strong back, which I was like, "Is that a compliment?" I don't know.
I thought it was.
We do love this Pilates instructor, so
yeah, she's our favorite.
She's our favorite.
We won't
name names,
but we want her to know our names.
We do. I think she started recognizing us.
She recognizes it, but she's also like. She plays hard to get.
She plays hard to get.
I've been doing this for a long time. I'm very good at this. I'm not just gonna. You've come what 5 times?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just know you.
We're not besties yet,
which I appreciate.
But we will be.
We will be.
We will be.
We'll get her. Anyway, Tom Brady. These photos too are hand selected to show off how good he looks. The caption is like, what is it?
It says, the playoffs roll around and you can't help but see how the old arm feels, with a laughing emoji.
So I love, what I respect so deeply about Tom Brady is that anytime he posts a thirst trap, he finds a caption to excuse why he's posting it. Like, it's not just like, hey, I look good. It's, hey, testing out the old arm. And then the first photo, I mean, the way he's standing in this picture, like, I don't know. It feels professionally modeled. Like that is a
100%.
Land's End catalog from 1997. You know what I mean?
Yes. No, it is. The caption thing, though, don't we all do that? I've done that before.
Oh,
posting a thirst trap. That's like, why I'm posting this because I look good. The caption can't be serious. So I will give him that. Like,
totally.
You can't be a serious caption.
No.
What would he say?
I look good here, so I'm posting it.
Oh, you would just...
The DMs are open. Like, be a little upfront about it. Like,
just be straight to the point.
Yeah, be like, look at my pecs in this picture.
Yeah, it is a lot of pecs.
It would be so funny if he actually did that.
He should,
because then he immediately pins them. Every time he posts the thirst, and this one, as of...
He did pin it.
Yeah, he pinned it.
Yeah, it's still pinned.
So...
Well, I'm sure this won't be the last Tom Brady thirst trap we'll see this winter season of him going to the beach.
Absolutely not. That was also a real bait and switch, because we opened by saying we're not talking about Aaron Rodgers and immediately talked about how divorced Tom Brady is.
That's true. That is our other recurring bit.
And Bill Belichick's girlfriend, which, spoiler alert, we'll get to. Because she's been active on the internet.
Oh, my God.
But before we do that, Madeline, you told me, I actually don't know, you said a bunch of athletes got engaged, but I don't know who.
There have been so many athlete engagements since our last record right before the holidays. I was like, we got to talk about a few of them. So just a few. Devontae Smith, who plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, proposed to his girlfriend, Maya Danielle, on New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. And I do have some thoughts about the floral arrangements.
Girl, you wrote such a great newsletter for your newsletter, Impersonal Foul, about how all athlete flower arrangements are the same, which is something that we've talked about on the show, and you did a real deep dive. And something you pointed out was how bunched together, how dense the floral arrangements are for most of these arches, weddings, proposals. Were Devontae's also dense? They're
very dense, but I will say he used, if you are not looking this up yourself, he had some greenery, which is common. They always have some sort of greenery or foliage. Mm-hmm. There's almost always some sort of floral arch or rectangular shape with an aggressive amount of flowers in it. But he did use, I don't know if these are seasonally appropriate flowers. Maybe they are. It looks like sunflowers and some reddish
look at that
colored flowers, which is unlike most athletes.
Oh, they usually go white or light pink, right?
White or light pink, almost always white. If you look at my newsletter, it's not even that many, maybe a dozen, but I had more that I could have put in my little collage I made. They almost always use white flowers with green foliage.
It's fascinating to me, because I feel like Kim Kardashian did a lot for the minimalist design movement when she took everything out of her house when she was married to Kanye and made a big deal out of it. And I feel like now that to me feels very dated.
Yeah,
like
I think that's true.
So because that was what, like 2016, and we're still doing the like pared down white. Like 2025 is all about maximalism.
Switch it up.
Also, like put some funky stuff in there.
Yes,
have some sprigs and some fronds popping out.
Some pizzazz.
Yeah.
And then in contrast, though, Atlanta Falcons quarterback Mike Penix proposed to his girlfriend with a big bouquet of roses with a giant "Marry Me" sign, which not my choice. However, the flowers are more organically displayed. If you look at it.
Oh, really?
They're just kind of placed around. It's not an archway.
Okay.
So I approve.
Is "Marry Me" in like old timey?
No, it is giant. I don't know. Is this Helvetica font?
Oh dear God!
It is giant letters that just say "Marry Me" with a bunch of red flowers placed in red candles. But I like it. I like this. I could have done without the "Marry Me" sign. I think it would have gotten to the point without it.
Well, I think you know, it's sort of. It ruins the surprise. You know why you're there.
Not
that anyone's ever surprised when they're proposed to.
But I do like the flower arrangements.
I do too. Yeah,
they're a little bit more organically placed. I like them.
That's one of that is very fonty.
It's very fonty.
I mean? Like I was expecting the old timey movie style where they have the light bulbs around the outside of the. Yeah, you know, it's sort of overdone.
Yeah.
This is like, I haven't ever seen anything like that.
That is a font with a capital F.
That's a font.
That is a font.
That's a font.
Say it again. That's a font.
That's a font. Okay.
And then an MLB player, Blake Snell, who just signed with the Dodgers for a 5-year, $182 million contract. I guess maybe used a little bit of that money to buy this diamond ring for his girlfriend, and he used some more subtle flowers.
Oh, really?
They're a little bit more subtle. So maybe 2025, the athletes are moving away from the compressed floral arch.
Yeah, you know, that would be personal growth. We would appreciate it. Also, though, like keep putting a few of them in so that we can keep talking about them.
Correct. And the last one I have to talk about is Jeremy Reeves proposed after the Commanders won in overtime to his girlfriend. Did you see this on the sidelines?
No.
Oh, you didn't see this?
No.
Yeah, so they won in overtime. It was sad my Atlanta Falcons
Sorry.
lost. It's okay.
They lost in a really Falcon-y way, too. Sorry.
I mean, all Georgia
Oh, my
sports
God.
teams lose?
Between the Falcons and the Georgia Bulldogs losing to Notre Dame. Oh, sorry.
We're not talking about it.
Well, we will. We will.
I know. But I did see that he proposed on the sidelines. Some people didn't love it, but I thought it was cute. But he did say that he was basically on standby because, like, obviously if the team lost, he wasn't going to propose. That doesn't really hit the same.
No.
He said, quote, "Listen, I hate losing, so there was no way I could have done that in the right spirit after a loss. There's no way."
Great.
But he said, "We had a long time out there to think about it. I was like, quote, God's going to tell me if this is the day to do it. If we win the game, it's destiny." They won the game, so congrats.
You know, I would love to know your opinion. In 2018, I believe, Carlos Correa of the Houston Astros proposed to his girlfriend after they won the World Series. And I, at the time, was like, I guess you're allowed to do that if you just won the World Series.
Yeah.
Not I guess. You were allowed to propose whenever, wherever you want. I think as someone... I would be overstimulated if not only had my boyfriend just won the World Series, but I was proposed to. It's like a little too much in one day.
It's a lot. I think it's personally too much in one day. It's like that boyfriend, I think during the Olympics, who proposed to his girlfriend who won a medal, an Olympic medal. I'm like, read the room.
At least in this one, he had won the thing.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if it was the other way around, I just think I would be like, can you read the room? This is like the biggest moment of my professional career. Like, I want to marry you, but can this wait?
Don't make it about you, bro. I would say no.
I know.
I'd be like, no, I'm not going to marry you if this is how you're... Anyway, that's mean.
That's my
who knows how.
Whatever. Anyways, those are my engagement updates.
I like after the last regular season game of the season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I really like that.
Because it's not the biggest moment, but it's a big moment.
Yeah.
They won.
Yeah.
So it's good
and
for
then
them.
they go into the new year.
Yeah.
Engaged.
Yeah.
Cute.
Okay,
this is such a lovely way to start. I think we have to briefly, this was on Christmas, so a while ago now, we have to talk about Beyonce's halftime performance at the Netflix Christmas Day game in Houston.
It was incredible.
It was absolutely amazing.
It was amazing.
She is an unbelievable performer. I am obsessed with her album Cowboy Carter, and this was
so
the first time she performed from it, and did like a cool mashup, and had all these amazing other people there with her. And something that I thought was particularly interesting is that it seemed like it was Netflix trying to upstage the Super Bowl halftime show.
100%.
Which is kind of a hilarious thing to do for a Week 17 NFL game, regular season game.
It was just a game.
It was a game. That would be like if one random Monday night, ESPN was like, we're having a huge halftime show. Like, I get that it was Christmas. I get that it was Netflix's first time doing this.
Yeah. They're definitely like, see what we can do with our fancy big streaming budget, because now we've upped everyone's membership fees, and so this is what it's paying for, folks.
Yeah,
you're gonna like it.
Your tax dollars going right to Beyonce,
right to
which
which is fine. That's fine with me. Yeah. No, I thought it was great. I also love that it was longer than a Super Bowl halftime performance.
Was it?
Yes, I believe the performance was I don't remember how much longer, but I think like a couple minutes at least, because the Super Bowl halftime, it's like pretty short timeline.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure this one they were just like, we're gonna extend it a couple minutes because we can't.
They're like, it's whatever you want.
Yeah, because it's a regular season game. Yeah. They're like, the stakes are, I guess, kind of high, but not that high.
No,
so they're like, it's fine. The athletes can wait a couple extra minutes.
Also, their stream worked. They didn't.
It worked.
Remember how we said when this was announced, we said you can't buffer Beyonce?
Can't buffer Beyonce.
They didn't buffer Beyonce.
No. I thought it was great. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I hope they do it again. Do it for like a week 3 game. Week 8. Like, just do a little Russian roulette. Pick some random games throughout the season and have Beyonce. I don't know, Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know.
Oh my God, I love Olivia Rodrigo.
She
would be a fun.
Get all the pop ladies out there.
Yeah, just pack them in. People say there are things money can't buy, but I think they could buy you that.
They can buy that.
Even Taylor Swift might be like, her ears might perk up.
Yeah.
If you toss around like billions of dollars.
I mean, yeah, please.
Ted Sarandos.
Come on.
Just our humble Ted Sarandos. Hey, come on the pod.
Come on the pod. Again, we're doing this ourselves. Come on the pod.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard. We're not being paid for this.
We're doing this ourselves.
Anyway.
I saw something pop up online that shocked me, compelled me, almost moved me to tears.
What?
Did you see the Cowboys owner Jerry Jones's
oh my God
cameo on Taylor Sheridan's show Landman? This is not sponsored in any way. I wish it was.
CBS hit us up.
Or CBS, whoever made the show. Paramount.
Madeline, not only can I explain to you how I saw this?
How?
I didn't just see this on the internet. I wasn't scrolling and came across this. We, a few days ago, over the break, went to Pilates.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Obviously. We just talked about it. I came back into my home.
Yeah.
And my husband was watching Landman, and I walked in at the exact moment that Jerry Jones appears on the screen, and we were both like, he looked at me, like he paused it on Jerry's face, looked at me, and I looked at him, and we were like, what is happening?
What is happening?
And I want to preface this by saying that there is a level of irony that we watch the Taylor Sheridan universe with, because it is culturally fascinating that so many people watch these shows. I personally think that they are absolutely unhinged. They're unhinged. I've never heard weirder dialogue. Anyway, Jerry Jones is talking to John Hamm, whose character has had his 5th heart attack.
Okay.
He's lying in a hospital bed, John Hamm. He has like the oxygen thing, and he's making, like moaning noises. And Jerry comes in and he makes this whole talk about how family is more important than work, and how the only reason he had enough money to buy the Cowboys is because when his daughter Charlotte, who I said hi, who listeners will remember I once said hello to,
correct,
went to Stanford, and it was too far from his home of Arkansas. So he went out there, bought land where he was going to build houses, instead sunk 4 oil wells or some mineral or something, and made enough money to buy the Cowboys. And his takeaway from that is like, because John Hamm's been neglecting his family or something. I don't know. I didn't see the previous episodes. And Jerry's like, your family actually can make you money. Like, family, and the only thing I've ever wanted was to work with my kids. And I felt like I have done that. And he starts to cry.
He looks like he just came from a Stella Adler boot camp. The subtlety in the tears coming.
You watched it?
Yeah, I watched a clip. He gets choked up. I was like, does he act?
Jerry Jones is an unbelievable actor.
I was shocked.
Also, here's my theory. I think Jerry Jones has spent most of his life acting.
100%.
He has played the family man, even though there have been several lawsuits about paternity and infidelity and allegations that you can go look up yourself. Allegedly, whatever. Don't sue us. But like he puts on this whole, and he says he's very proud of the Cowboys, and I'm like, are you?
Are you? They're not.
What have they done for you in the past 30 years?
Right. Yeah,
bro. Anyway, so I think that he's just good at acting because his whole life is kind of acting.
I think you're probably right, and onto something there. My question, because his performance was so compelling in that scene, his monologue, he talks for like 5 minutes. It's like a 4 minutes.
Yeah,
pretty long clip. I'm sure, obviously, it's cut together, but he seems like he's talking for a significant period of time. Do you think Paramount and CBS are going to put him up in the for your consideration, FYC campaign? If you don't know what that is, it's like for awards season.
Oh my God.
When they're like, if you live in LA, you drive around, there's billboards everywhere. They're FYC for your consideration for all these shows for next year for the guest spot. Because that is an Emmy award, I believe, is for like supporting guest role on a show.
Oh my God.
Because they have a lot of money. Taylor Sheridan has a lot of influence at CBS. I know that, reading lots of articles about this man.
Yep.
He has a lot of say. That how insane would it be if Jerry Jones became like an Emmy nominated
oh my God
actor,
and then he's just an Oscar, a Tony, and a Grammy away from an EGOT
because he can't get a Super Bowl ring. He might as well get an EGOT.
Oh my God. So okay, I love it. Also, CBS, partner of the NFL. Maybe. So here's my question. Do we think Taylor Sheridan, who is the showrunner, director, writer, he's the only writer on this. So watching this show is like a really effed up view into Taylor Sheridan's head. I'm like, you just thought of all of this yourself.
Correct.
He also puts himself in every show, like Yellowstone, Landman, Kings of Leon. Wait. Mayor of Kingstown.
Kings of Leon?
Yeah,
the band? Yes, he's in the band. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he put himself in the band.
No, me neither.
They make great music.
Anyway. He puts himself in all of these shows. So I would guess that he went to Jerry and said, I want you to be in this. But what if Jerry went to CBS and said, look, Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, my announcer bros, introduced me to Taylor Sheridan. I want to be in the show. Because he knew he had a secret dream of being an actor.
I could see that happening. I also could see Jerry Jones secretly completing The Artist's Way.
Oh my God.
Which
is
all
that
about
the book where you do the pages every morning?
Morning pages. You do morning pages. He's unlocking his creative potential. And he went to CBS and was like, put me in, coach.
They were like, okay, you have so much money.
Like, I guess we'll put you in the show.
Taylor Sheridan definitely went to him.
100. We got to know more about this.
If anyone has any info, you can call or text.
712-746-7747. Or email us at info@sportsgossipshow.com.
We're all ears. Anyway.
Wow. So, yeah, wow.
Really good stuff. I was blown away by his performance. My husband and I were staring at each other with our jaws on the ground, being like, he's amazing.
He was great. We keep talking about it, but we got to move on.
He contains multitudes.
He does.
What else do we have?
Switching gears a little bit. I saw over the holiday break, there's some drama with the Miami Heat, and their star player, Jimmy Butler, wants out. He wants a trade. I saw this post-game conference where he says he's like lost the joy in playing. The Miami Heat then suspended him for 7 games. What is going on?
So, okay, let me give you some backstory here. So, key players, Jimmy Butler, star player, Pat Riley, president of basketball operations for the Miami Heat. He was also head coach of the Lakers. He's been involved, like he's a legend, Pat Riley. He was played by Adrian Brody in Winning Time. Fun fact.
The Golden Globe winner.
The Golden Globe.
I need to see that movie, The Brutalist.
We tried to start it last night.
Wait, start it last night? What do you mean? Is it on streaming?
No, but Tyler, because he's in the film industry, has like his little screeners. And then realized it was 10 o'clock and it was far too late to start a 3.5 hour movie.
I got to see it. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, The Brutalist, for those who are wondering. So Pat Riley, GM of the Heat, last year announced that the team wouldn't extend Jimmy Butler's contract into the 2024-2025 season.
Okay.
Jimmy is currently 35, and Jimmy had made the finals with the Heat in 2020 and 2023. He's been there since 2019. Before that, he was in Chicago, Minnesota, and Philadelphia, and all of those tenures also ended badly. For very different reasons. I think the Minnesota one is probably most similar because he was basically like, I'm not happy here. I want out.
Yeah.
So Jimmy's 35. He's made the playoffs 12 out of the 13 years of his career. Like that's pretty good. He's a great player and he can be a real asset to a team. However, he missed the first round of the playoffs against the Celtics last year with a knee injury. And afterwards, he said that the Heat would have won if he had played. And Pat Riley said, if you're not on the court playing, you should keep your mouth shut. And apparently, according to reports, like their relationship never really recovered after Pat was like, we're not going to pay you and you shut up, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So he could have gotten an extension for as much as $113 million over 2 years, but instead he's making $49 million on his contract for this season. He has a $52 million player option.
Which is what?
Which means that at the end of the season, he has a choice of whether he returns to play for them for $52 million or not. You know, like a team will sometimes have an option where they can say, we're going to bring you back. And the player has no say over it. In this case, the player has the choice and the team has no say over it. Okay. So that's sort of the background for all of this, because basically the situation escalated to a point after the Heat lost to the Pacers on January 2nd. They had lost to the Pelicans before that. And there was this, like, Jimmy had been sick for 5 games, and then he only had 18 points across those next 2 games. And for a superstar,
it's not great.
No. So the Heat apparently accused him of not playing at full effort. And the Heat also have this history of being like, it's our way or the highway. Like, it's, and they're in Miami, so like NBA players always want to play for them.
Right.
But there is also this like, okay, if you're here, like you have to make certain conditioning requirements. You have to, there's a real like intensity to play. Like some people are like the Heat way, like it's not for everyone, which.
Okay. Sure.
So basically it devolved to this point where the Heat were like, we're not going to trade you, Jimmy, but there were all these leaks to the press that Jimmy wanted out. He officially tells the team he wants out, and they suspended him because of what Jimmy said and the lack of effort for conduct detrimental to the team. Jimmy said after that Pacers game, I want to see me getting my joy back playing basketball. Wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon. I'm happy here off the court, but I want to be back to somewhat dominant. I want to hoop, and I want to help this team win, and right now I'm not doing it. Someone asked him if he could do that in Miami, and he said probably not.
Ooh.
So is that a...
Yeah, thank you for the summary. That is so dramatic and a very bold thing that only happens in sports, where you can just say bad things about your employer while you're still employed by the team.
Unbelievable. And it's gamemanship. And it worked.
Yeah.
Because now the Heat are entertaining offers for Jimmy, and it's like...
It worked.
It remains to be seen whether they will trade him by the February trade deadline, or if they'll just wait it out and then he'll become a free agent.
Right.
But it went from Pat Riley issuing a statement saying we're not going to trade. Jimmy was obnoxious enough that they're like, oh my God, fine, leave.
Right. I also do love, though, the drama of the Heat suspending him. They're like, we're going to suspend you. It's like, be more dramatic. Come on.
And Jimmy is losing over $2 million because of that suspension. So then he's going to file a grievance with the NBA Players Union.
Yeah, as he should.
And apparently that money just sits in escrow until that's decided.
Interesting.
Yeah, so so it's just like sitting there. The Heat don't get it, Jimmy doesn't get it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there will be more drama unfolding on this topic. Do you think he's going to get traded by the deadline?
I don't know. The salary cap situation makes it all very confusing, which is just like a bunch of boring math. But basically, if you are over the luxury tax threshold, if you're paying your players a lot of money, there are certain moves you can and can't make, and that's new after last year's collective bargaining agreement. Right. So it kind of limits what people can do. And they'd have to pay him a lot, and he's 35. But you know what it reminded me of a little bit of like kind of a marriage, because if you think about it, like, because I was thinking, what if you were dating someone and they made you sign a contract? That's what a marriage is.
Yeah.
Right. Like you sign paperwork.
Yeah.
And so
a prenup.
It's like Jimmy's a great husband. Like he's an amazing husband when he's happy. Like he does the dishes all the time. The minute he's unhappy, he is like, screw this.
Right.
I am not doing the dishes, and I'm going to tell all of our friends that I am not happy and that I am not going to do the dishes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And our prenup says that you get to decide whether you divorce me or not, but I'm going to make the dishes pile up so high that you're just going to have to divorce me.
Right. I think that's a good analogy. I think you're right on
so
this.
That's the... Or if we're sticking with our analogy of a company, there really isn't one. Because if you go and trash talk your employer, you're just out.
You're out. Yeah, you can't trash talk your employer and then stay employed.
No, like what a
weird way to move forward.
Wild amount of power Jimmy Butler these athletes if you wield it correctly.
Yeah.
Sort of an art.
Yeah, it is an art. Anyways, wow. Well, another basketball thing.
In other news.
This is not the same topic, but about the same sport. So I've talked about this pretty extensively in my newsletter, but did you see that Draya Michele, I believe that's how I'm pronouncing her name correctly, brought her 22-year-old son to sit courtside to watch her 22-year-old boyfriend and player for the Houston Rockets, Jalen Green, play basketball. Which is a sentence. It's a sentence.
It certainly is a sentence. And I know about this from your newsletter, from before we started doing this together.
Correct. And here's what I got to say about this. There's nothing wrong with her. She's 39, I think, dating a 22-year-old. You do you. Yeah. I don't care about that. It doesn't bother me.
They have a kid together.
They have a kid together. She gave birth back in May to their baby.
Congrats.
Nothing wrong with that. I just cannot imagine being her 22-year-old son and your mom's boyfriend / I guess he's kind of, they're not married, but like stepdad, step-boyfriend is the same age as you.
I know.
Do you think it bothers him? Like,
I
don't know.
What's so fascinating to me about this, Madeline, is the degree of, it makes you think more about like the power dynamics of relationships that we associate with age, but maybe are actually more to do with the power dynamic of the relationship. Because like you think of a stepdad as not necessarily an authority figure, but like someone who is in that parental role, who is sort of has some degree of influence or say on your life.
Right.
And then you think, what if that person were my age? And it's like, do they play video games together? Like, do they hang out? Like, or does Draya Michele's son just pretend mentally that Jalen Green is a lot older than he is?
You know, that's a great question.
I don't know.
I feel like there has to be some sort of power struggle there if it's your mom's boyfriend and he's the same age and they also have a kid together.
Or maybe
it's a lot to unpack.
Maybe Draya Michele's son is just like, great, he's awesome, he's an NBA. Maybe he just thinks it's really cool.
Yeah, that like his mom's dating an NBA player.
He went to the game with her.
True. Yeah, that's true. He sat courtside. He could have not.
Yeah, maybe he's like, look, the trade-off of having a stepdad my same age is that I get to go to NBA games and he's an NBA player.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, you may be right about that.
It's fascinating, though.
It's wild, though. It's wild. I'm curious how the relationship progresses. Well, I mean, the Houston Rockets are like doing all right.
Yeah, so they're second in the West.
Like this
behind only the Thunder, who are a good team.
Maybe this kid is doing what I like to call forced family fun, when your parents make you go do things as a kid, but it's more like when you're not, under 18 and like a kid. But I guess he's still kind of a kid adjacent. And he's putting up with this forced family fun of his mom. He's like, come sit courtside. And he's like, okay, fine. It's like a little bit embarrassing. My mom's dating the player who's my age, but fine, whatever. But he's playing the long game because, like, if the Rockets go to the playoffs, like, who knows what could happen?
They could go to the finals.
They could go to the finals. I mean, who knows?
No, this is buying stock. Like, it's a young team. Yes. Ime Udoka is a proven good coach.
Yeah, right.
They have all of this momentum. Everybody, I don't know that anyone, like, people knew they were going to be good. I don't know if they thought that they would be second in the West right now. So maybe Draya Michele's son is just like, you know what? I'm buying low.
Yeah.
And we're riding this train to the top.
Riding this
train
to the top.
Take this tram right to the top of the mountain.
Right to the top. And he's like, people make fun of me online, but just you wait. Just you wait.
Also, like, my stepdad has a lot of money.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm sure he gets like sick Christmas and birthday gifts.
I would hope so.
I mean, yeah.
It's just wild.
It's wild, though.
Hard to wrap your head around. But I'm happy for.
Yeah, me too.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah. Can't wait to see him at another game.
Okay, speaking of other people dating athletes, Kristin Cavallari, who will not shut up. Kristin Cavallari, who just keeps talking.
She keeps talking.
She was the star of The Hills in 2006?
And Laguna Beach.
And Laguna Beach, right. And then had Very Cavallari with her ex-husband, Jay Cutler, the former quarterback for the Bears. We have some updates on this situation.
What?
She said that she can finally be civil with Jay Cutler. She went on a podcast called Dumb Blonde. She can finally be civil with Jay Cutler, but that there is, quote, zero effing consistency when it comes to co-parenting.
That's not great.
Jay Cutler got a DUI a couple months ago.
Yeah. Not great.
She also said that she is dating a good guy who checks all the boxes, who is a 40-something athlete who retired a few years ago and has kids, but she won't say his name. She said,
"What?
This is what I've been needing, so we'll see. He's coming to stay with me in a couple of days. He retired a couple of years ago, and he has so much depth, and I just love talking to him. We connect on so many different levels, which is awesome." Madeline, no. I think Kristin wants us to think it's Tom Brady.
I was going to say the same thing.
And I don't think it's Tom Brady.
I don't think it's Tom Brady either.
Reddit thinks it's a retired NHL player, a former hockey player named Nate Thompson or something.
Okay.
But it's not Tom Brady.
There's no way.
There's no way.
I don't feel like that's his next move. Also, based on his Instagram activity that we discussed at the top of the show, if he was dating someone seriously enough to go visit them, I don't think he'd be posting these thirst traps. That wouldn't be very nice to the person he's dating.
No, I think you're right. And I think we've established that in past history, Tom Brady posts a thirst trap and then like a couple months go by and he hadn't posted any, and then he posted another, which made us speculate that maybe a situationship had ended, and now he's still posting the thirst trap. So ostensibly he's not in another one.
No, he's gone fishing for some DMs. He's gone fishing.
He posted. Oh my god. Anyway,
no, I don't think it's Tom Brady.
My jaw would be on the floor.
We would be doing an emergency episode if Tom Brady started dating former Hills and Laguna Beach star Kristin Cavallari. I would combust.
I would. Yes, I would turn to ash.
I would turn
immediately
to ash.
There's no way. There's no way. But she definitely wants us to think that.
100%. 100%.
So that was my little
interesting
update.
Well,
also, speaking of Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, this is the promised Bill Belichick's girlfriend update.
Please tell me.
Did you see on New Year's? So Bill Belichick now is the head coach of UNC.
Yeah.
On New Year's Day, she posted a picture where she said the caption is, "I found a few moments to R and R, parentheses, rhinestone, reflect, and relax on the fine first day of 25. And she's bedazzling a UNC piece of UNC merch.
Wait, is she trying to become Kristin? I can't pronounce her last name. Juszczyk, the one who makes these incredible jackets for NFL players. She now actually just signed a deal with I think Emma Greedy is her last name. She works with the Kardashians like on Skims and
Good American
and all, to like start a brand of these products, which they're great. They're really cool puffer jackets and stuff. Do you think she's like, I want to be Kristin's competition?
Yes, I think you're right.
Come on.
Because Kristin is married to a player in the 49ers.
Yeah, right.
And she's very talented.
She's great.
And the jackets, Taylor Swift has worn her stuff.
Yes.
Yes. No, you're right.
She wants to be the college football version.
Bill Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend definitely got out her rhinestone kit and was like, this is my moment.
Listen, we've all had a rhinestone kit at one time, but I think the last time I had one was when I wore limited too.
Yeah. I'm not one to talk. I'm really into embroidery. I've been embroidering a lot.
Yeah,
do you really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm not very good, but
oh my God. Yeah. So, who doesn't love a craft?
Who doesn't love a craft?
Who doesn't love a bob craft?
Who doesn't love
See what I did there?
I was going to say the same thing, but I was just going to say Robert Kraft, and I was like, that's the same person. So I'm going to sit myself up.
We love a craft.
We love a craft.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Also, I did realize that Bill Belichick's ex-girlfriend, Linda Holliday, whom I have followed for a long time and have known, was posted from the Nantucket Stroll back in December, which is like their holiday Christmas thing on Nantucket, which Jordan also posted from. The audacity of Bill Belichick to bring his 24-year-old girlfriend to the same event that he knew his ex-girlfriend, who his age-appropriate ex-girlfriend would be at, is cruel.
That's
and then Jordan posted from it like,
that's not nice. Not nice.
No thanks.
Don't love it. Don't love it.
Don't love it.
Well, I guess we'll see if Jordan launches a rhinestone brand. I think it'll happen by the fall, if I had to put my money on it.
She's probably reaching out to the Kardashians, being like, can you hook me up?
Hook me up. HMU. Well, speaking of college sports, Notre Dame is advancing in the college football playoff. Unfortunately for me, that means that the University of Georgia lost because they lost to Notre Dame. Notre Dame, they were playing better.
Yeah.
We had our backup quarterback in. He tried his best. But It is what it is. Am I disappointed? Yes. But I always love my Georgia Bulldogs. But that is not what I'm here to talk about.
What are you here to talk about?
I'm here to talk about Notre Dame's head coach, Marcus Freeman, who I would say is objectively the most attractive head coach in, all of college football, but all of sports or what up there. I don't know. I don't name a hotter coach.
I can't.
This man's jawline is snatched.
Unbelievable.
Snatched jawline. And I've talked about him before, like 2 years ago when I first was watching some random game, and I was like, who is this man? Mm-hmm. He's Marcus Freeman, and he is the head coach. So it's unfair that he's so hot, I think. You can't.
Why? Because your team lost to a really hot coach, and now you're kind of rooting for them because you think the head coach is hot.
Oh, I'm 100% rooting for Notre Dame.
Also,
put that on record.
Well, now it's on the record. I do subscribe to the idea that you root for the team that beat you to go all the way.
Yeah, I think that's
fair.
So
if they end up winning a championship and your team lost to the team that ended up being the champions, you're like, okay, well. Yeah.
Also, then a hot coach has won the national championship.
And it would be if Marcus Freeman wins, he would be the first black coach in NCAA football history to win a championship.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. So Marcus is married to a lovely woman named Joanna. They have 6 kids together, which I don't know how old he is, but that's 38. A lot of kids. That's a lot of kids. Damn.
I also think that sometimes he played football at Ohio State.
Yeah.
And he met Joanna at Ohio State.
Yeah, they met there. Yep, they met there.
I think sometimes when you're an athlete of that caliber, you grow up more quickly. I think a lot of professional and, playing at that high of a level, because Marcus was also on some practice teams for the NFL.
Yeah.
When you are in a profession and so disciplined that young, I think that people have kids earlier because they're like, I'm the equivalent of normal people's 35.
That's true. Yeah, the timeline is different.
Yeah.
The timeline is different.
They are mentally and emotionally farther along than a lot of the rest of us when we're 22.
Yeah, that's true. What I appreciate about them, though, is that they're pretty honest about their relationship. And Joanna even said at one point, quote, "We don't have a super romantic love story. We had a lot of breakups and makeups. We fell hard. We fell fast. We were really young when we met. And in a lot of ways, we really grew and matured into adults together."
That's so sweet.
It's so nice. I appreciate just kind of the normalcy and the honesty.
Well, because it's an impressive thing to be with the person you met in college.
Yeah.
And I really admire people who have been able to grow together and stay together.
Yeah. It's a lot of changes.
Yeah. And it's really fun that Marcus Freeman, something that I respect about him as a coach is that Notre Dame has sort of a history of botching things in big moments.
Yeah.
And under Marcus Freeman, they have not done that. They won the game against Georgia.
Yeah, it does seem like they just really run a tight ship. They were doing trick plays. It was crazy.
Somersaults.
It was like a jamboree class.
Did I make that up?
Somersault. They were jumping over players.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like a Cirque du Soleil show.
I also have to tell you, I was watching this with my family, with my parents and my husband, and I was yapping the whole damn time. I was like, okay, so Marcus Freeman, so he has 6 kids, but also Kirby Smart. So he was Nick Saban's assistant at Alabama, which was a whole father versus a son thing when Alabama played Georgia. And also Mitch Jeter, the kicker, his groin was, and I was just like, oh my God, I couldn't shut up.
Honestly, I think you're just preparing for a future live watch along that we need to do.
We have to do it.
We've gotten lots of messages about this and we've been talking about it. So we're trying to make it work.
People want to know what the deal is with these guys.
Yeah, what's going on?
Also,
it's like at the Golden Globes when they did the fun facts.
Yes.
I was thinking about that. Fun facts. You know how I liked them. I didn't like the announcer guy talking over while they're walking. I was like, I can't hear this and the music, but I did like the fun facts.
I agree. Nikki Glaser crushed it.
She killed it.
She's unbelievable.
She's killed it. I think they're bringing her back next year already.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Nikki Glaser, come on the podcast.
Come on the pod. We're doing this ourselves.
Oh
my God.
Okay. Well, there's more. Sports are so dramatic.
So dramatic.
What is this? The Padres. There's drama with the Padres ownership.
Yes, there's some baseball drama. So
I love baseball drama.
I had not heard of this drama until the news broke on Monday, but the San Diego Padres owners are in a bit of a kerfuffle. So Seidler, do you know how to pronounce this last name?
I meant to look that up before we did Seidler.
We're going with Seidler. Sorry if it's wrong.
It's got to be Seidler.
She is the widow of the San Diego Padres chairman, Peter Seidler. He passed away. So she sued 2 of his brothers on Monday in an attempt to become the team's control person, which basically is like the person in charge
of
the team. In the lawsuit filed on Monday, she accused Matt and Bob Seidler, two of Peter's 9 siblings.
Wow, really?
9. That's a lot of siblings.
Wow.
Of breaches of fiduciary duty and fraud as executors of Peter's estate and trustees of the trust that controls the Padres. The suit alleges that Shield is the sole beneficiary of that trust and should thus become the next control person of the team.
Wow.
Drama. It feels very Succession-y.
Huge Succession-y vibes.
Because one of the craziest things that came out of it was the complaint included what she said was a handwritten note from Peter Seidler before his death, listing the priorities for control person in the event of his death with Shield and the children at the top.
Stop it.
It's like Kendall Roy.
That's literally a plot line in Succession.
Literally.
When Logan Roy dies, spoiler alert, and the oldest finds a list and his name is either underlined or crossed out and they can't tell which.
Correct. It's like the same thing. You can't make it up.
Does she have this piece of paper?
Yes, there's a photo. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And it's like,
God.
okay, did she write this herself?
They're going to have to do a handwriting
analysis. It's so dramatic. I love it.
It's also, that's got to be so awful. Your husband dies and then you have to sue his brothers.
Correct.
Also, something that I want to say about the Seidlers that's important here is that Shield, Peter's widow, is claiming that his brothers are in it for the money and want to move the team. And this is important because the Oakland A's were recently moved from Oakland to Las Vegas. And Oakland fans have now lost so many of their sports teams. They're heartbroken.
Yeah.
There's this whole movement not to move them. The owners were doing some really shady stuff. And apparently Peter was a huge, really wanted to block that from happening. Because MLB needs a sign off of the owners before they can do that.
Right.
And he got like 7 or 8 other owners to agree to try to stop the move with him. But then he died. And the commissioner of the MLB, Rob Manfred, who people do not like, strong-armed that group of owners who had been on Peter's side to approve this move. And the Oakland A's moved to Las Vegas. And so Padres fans are like, do not move us. Like, don't make us lose our team.
Where do they think the Padres would move to?
That I don't know. I don't know if there's a...
That's interesting. Yeah, there seems to be... It's like the drama I don't think stops with this lawsuit. And what was interesting, too, about it was that Shield, in her complaint, also alleges that she and the 3 children are not welcome at the ownership suite during games. Drama. She said that Robert and Matthew have gone so far as to, quote, inform Padres employees that Shield is not an owner of the team and that her presence and input are not welcome in interacting with free agents and current players.
Stop it.
And continues, she also alleges that she has been excluded from charitable events meant to mark Peter's legacy.
Okay, if this is true, this is all
drama.
Awful.
Drama. Not good.
Well, we'll find out
on the next season of Succession. Bring it back just for this story.
How does the theme song go?
Dun, 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 dun,
It's pretty good.
That should be our intro music.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
Anyways, it's just so dramatic. It feels like a very legalese story, but I'm definitely intrigued.
Look, I have long believed that the juiciest gossip can be found if you read the whole lawsuit.
Got to read the fine print. Correct. Well, in other baseball news, just a quick thing. Do you see that Los Angeles Dodgers star, Shohei Otani, is having a baby?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and they posted a very cute Instagram announcement. It is like a flat lay photo with his very famous dog.
That was so
cute.
Flat lay photo was such a word drop you just did.
Flat lay.
That just impressed the shit out of me. That's what this is called?
Yeah, I think I would say that's a flat lay.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's on a black background with this beautiful collie-looking dog, and the sonogram with an emoji over it.
Yeah, flat lay is a type of photography that involves taking a picture from directly above a carefully arranged group of objects on a flat surface.
That's sick.
It's a flat lay.
That's awesome.
Definitely taken by a social media manager. For sure.
Oh. 100%.
For sure.
My favorite part of this is because of the black background, it looks very Bob Ross coded to me. Bob Ross who did the painting show on PBS with the happy little trees. That's what came to mind.
It is weird. I'm like, did they Photoshop the background? It's like a very dark seamless. To use another photography word.
That's a great question.
I'm like, did they Photoshop the background? Like, was there something else there before? I don't know.
It doesn't look Photoshop to me. It looks because everything feels very much on the same plane.
And actually, as I'm looking at it, I think there's dog hair in the shot.
Oh my God, there is.
I think there's dog hair.
God, there's dog hair.
There we go.
And that's the cutest
investigative
thing ever.
Journalism right there.
Wow, congrats to Shohei.
Congrats.
Congrats to the Ohtani family and Mamiko. Very exciting.
Very exciting.
There also have been a few coach firings. The NFL carousel is rolling once again.
Yeah.
Where season ends, you get fired. Gerard Mayo on the Patriots got fired. Also, Mike Brown of the Kings got fired, which shocked everybody.
Yeah.
And Michael Malone, head coach of the Nuggets, really let the Kings have it. You can Google all those things because they're not like quite juicy enough to get into. But in case you're tracking, the way these companies are operating right now, it is an interesting time to be employed in Major League Sports.
It's firing and layoff season.
There you go.
Yeah, like in other industries.
Yeah. So Joe Burrow and the Bengals are not in the playoffs. And this is a weird situation because they won their game against the Steelers, so they still had a chance. But in order to be in it, they needed the Chiefs to beat the Broncos on Sunday, and then they needed one other thing to happen. And
it was like
Chiefs
the Dolphins to lose? Am I making this up? Or the Tampa Bay. Something. So, there was like a math. It was like a math game.
Also, can I just say the playoff picture of the NFL and the NBA is the most confusing thing in the world to me. It feels like a logic, like if this train leaves Chicago, it's like if this team wins this game and this team loses, how many apples does, Joe Burrow have? And it's like, I don't know. But,
I don't know.
But I do know he's not in the playoffs.
No.
Which makes me sad because I think the NFL is more interesting when he's doing well.
Agreed.
He did, however, show up to his last game looking like the hot doctor from a hospital network TV show.
He's like his off-duty look.
His blue pants looked like scrubs.
Fig scrubs.
And he had a like fleece on and a backpack.
He does look like that. And you know what struck me the most about that outfit?
What?
Was I appreciate it. Because Joe Burrow tends to wear like cool, fashionable outfits. He looks great. But what I appreciate about that is he was dressing for the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Understated. Muted. You can't show up to a kind of life or death game when you're seasoned. You haven't been playing amazing, but like you maybe will make the playoffs. He's been playing good, but like, the Bengals as a whole, wearing an extravagant outfit. It's like when players on bad teams dress in these insane outfits that I love looking at, but I'm like, you can only wear that if your team is playing well.
It's so true.
Dress for the room. Read the room. Wear an understated outfit if your team is losing. It's like if you played for the Pistons or something and you're wearing like an outfit like Joe Burrow would wear. It's like, read the room. You guys aren't playing good.
Yeah, you can't dress.
Just wear
It's like
some
when
sweatpants.
Asia Wilson, the MVP of the WNBA, which I think we've said before in regards to this, she was like, we're playing badly, so I'm just going to wear a white tee until we play well.
Correct.
It was the Joe Burrow equivalent of the Asia Wilson white tee was scrubs.
Yes.
Weird
choice.
However,
like
what pants were those actually?
Maybe they were like vinyl or like not vinyl, like
leather.
I don't know what leather. I don't know what they were.
Oh, do you mean like swishy pants?
Yeah, swishy pants, like warm up pants. Kind of. That's kind of what they look like. Anyways, I just think I appreciate that he did not wear one of his more extravagant outfits. Even though I love looking at them, Joe Burrow, you got to read the room. And I think these other players need to take a page out of Joe Burrow's book and read the room. If you're not like playing well and have a winning record, you can't wear a cool outfit.
It's so true.
I think you got to wear your team branded sweatpants.
Oh,
just read the room.
Quick update here. Joe Burrow's pants are cargo pants.
Okay. Are they like Carhartt or something?
No, they're like baby blue. I can't tell what material they are from this video.
See, all right. That feels his like utility pants.
Yeah. He's like, we got a job to do.
I got to pull out all my tools from my pockets.
I got to make this work for my company. He was a company man. Joe Burrow was a company man on Sunday.
He was. I appreciate that.
And more pressure to him. More power to him.
Joe, I'll miss you in the playoffs, but maybe next year's your year.
Maybe you'll do something fun in the offseason and we can talk about you.
He'll definitely be at the Met Gala.
Real quick, before we wrap this puppy up, can I just tell you one of my favorite things that happened recently was the actress Edie Falco from The Sopranos is a huge Knicks fan, and Knicks stars Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart have a podcast together called Roommates because they were roommates at Villanova, I think. I don't know. Or they pretend they were, whatever. She went on their podcast and there's this player, TJ McConnell, who plays for the Pacers, and the Pacers beat the Knicks last year. And TJ McConnell is this little white guy who just played very, very well against them. Edie Falco went on their podcast and said that she wants to punch TJ McConnell in the face.
Stop.
But she said it laughing.
Oh my God.
She said this little Irish guy or something.
Oh, she's serious.
Oh, she's a fan.
Oh, she's not messing around.
Also, TJ McConnell and I have the same birthday. And I once interviewed him for a piece I was writing about former Sixers head coach Bruce Brown, who's from Maine. Fun fact. Whatever. Nobody cares. Sorry.
My Maine queen over
here. Anyway.
Charlotte actually secretly works for the Maine Tourism Board.
I would do it for free.
You would do. You are doing it for free.
I'm their intern.
You are their intern.
I'm their unpaid intern.
You are.
Anyway, I looked at his Wikipedia page after as I'm writing this up. I used a quote from him, wanted to be sure I got his facts right. And I saw we had the same birthday.
Yeah.
So I texted him and I said, hey, this is random. We have the same birthday. Yeah. And he goes, Aries, let's go. And so I've always really liked it.
Wait, I love that. I love that. That's a great connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. My pleasure. You got anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
I think that's it.
I think we did a good job on our first show of 2025.
Yeah. And as always, thank you so much for rating, reviewing, liking, subscribing. It really does make a difference and mean the world. So thank you.
We're doing this ourselves. Funded and produced by yours truly from Charlotte's dining room.
One day we'll have a studio.
Yeah, we'll get there. I'm not worried. Yeah, thank you so much. Happy New Year to everybody. Yep. Please, once again, well, I guess I don't need the one, but 712-7-GOSSIP or 712-746-7747. Text us, call us, leave us voicemails. If they're funny, we might feature you.
We may feature you. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.